Alright, listen, imagine this. You're 6 years old, okay? It's the night of Christmas. Everyone's at your house having dinner. It's just a huge party. You got your family there, your extended family, your friends, your fucking extended friends. You're having a great time. But you've been waiting all day to try out that thing your oldest brother got you. It's called a Nintendo DS Lite. You sneak away from the dinner table, you head upstairs, and you slip into your parents' bedroom. You lock the door. You turn on the shower so nobody bothers you. You get comfortable inside that little nook between the tub and the sink. You pop a cartridge in. You flip that bad boy open. And boom. Brother, I was in a completely different world. Watch this shit.
Oh, Jesus. Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced 2, Grimoire of the Rift, is the long-ass name of one of the best games ever produced by the Japanese. Oh, Jesus, it's such a fucking stupid name. I'm extraordinarily biased and somewhat plagued with a nostalgic fixation for this game.
Some fucking bias and nitpicking, but that doesn't mean the game isn't fantastic. You should go play it. Do it now. And don't pirate it. Don't do that. Never do that. So anyway, as indicated by the title, this game has a story, but understanding and interpreting that story. That's the job for someone who can, let's put it this way, read. I'm not the guy.
You're always this stupid, or did you take lessons?
I took lessons. Hey!
So here's basically what happens. This is you. You're a moron. You're a fucking idiot. You're a brainlet, if you will. It's okay though. You've got a good heart. Your name is Luso. Or in my case, Red Pill Will. And you are gonna need that grande fucking cock of yours. Because right now, you're just the class dunce. But in a few minutes, and I mean bear with me, you're gonna be going through some crusade level bullshit. You get banished to clean the library while your friends go off for summer break. Because like I said, you're a fucking idiot. Here's the kicker though. You find this book, right? It's basically Narnia. You write your name in it because, again, you are retarded. You are also very lucky or unlucky, depending upon whether or not you want PTSD. Turns out the book is magical and you get sucked into Dookie World. Now see, this is where the story really begins, because this is where you meet Sid, or Kid. I don't really know how to say it. I think it's Sid. I've always said it's Sid. He's like a recurring character in Final Fantasy games. He's like Patches, but for children. Whoever designed him had a serious thing for short kings, because this guy's a fucking wide lad. Instantly, as if it were by reaction, he indoctrinates you, a small child, into his cult called a clan. He promises you that this will make you immortal and a badass. It's a nice deviation from the typical Candy and the Kidnapper van scenario. So anyway, you join the Cool Kids Club. You fight what are referred to as cockatrices, which even as a child I thought that sounded like a three-tipped dick. Now, you may be looking at these silly little sprites and funny-looking characters, and you might be thinking to yourself, what the fuck is this? This is for children. This is obviously for children. It's a Nintendo game from 2000 fuck. But you, oh close-minded Fortnite sheeple, you big men out there who play Forza and Call of Duty, you all would be sorely mistaken. I showed this game to my friend. He's a grown man. He's a gamer at that. He plays, high-class intellectual Rick and Morty type games, like Hearts of Iron and Among Us. When creating his save file, it asked him normal mode or hard mode. And I said you should try it on hard mode first, because normal mode probably won't engage you that much. Turns out I'm just adept at this game. I haven't been playing it since I was 6 years old, because the motherfucker couldn't get through the tutorial. So any naysayers out there who say this looks stupid, I challenge you to beat the chicken tutorial in Final Fantasy Tactics. Alright, I'm sorry for the rant, I'll stop now. Nostalgia triggers my ADHD, and I can't find my meds. After you get through the chicken slaughtering, Sid escorts you to the local pub. You converse with some of your newfound clan members, and Sid tells you that he'll help you find your way home. There's a small interactive part of the dialogue where you ask Sid what the name of the clan is, and then you get to retroactively name it. The default name is Gully, but I have what I refer to as a small tradition. I've heard it said that white people have no culture. Well, I bet whoever said that feels real stupid right now. An important thing to note about this game and Final Fantasy Tactics games as a whole is that they have a very linear version of what would be a typical old-school Final Fantasy map. Grimoire of the Rift takes place inside of the land of Ivalice, and the map is a section of that. It has these subsections of each region, and when you zoom in on a particular region, it reveals a set of linear pathways that you have to walk as opposed to traversing actual terrain. And rather than having a traditional top-down JRPG, go here, then go here, interact with this person, fight this boss, instead of that, what you get is this really cool questing system. In every city or town around the map, you have a shop, the auction house, which is typically not open, and you should probably just ignore because I've been playing this game for a decade and I still don't know what the fuck it does. Seriously, please, if there's anybody in the house with a 3rd grade education that can show me what the fuck I'm supposed to do here, I can't figure it out. And then you have your pub. The pub is fucking fantastic. The music, the atmosphere, the aesthetic, the characters, everything in the pub is my favorite thing, and I wish I could live there. Every town's pub looks the same and has the same people in it, the pub is just basically a big ender chest that you put people in. The pub is essentially the menu system for the questing system, and it functions as follows. A young man walks into a bar. It's the same bar. It's the same bartender. The same man he's seen in 6 different cities now. Where am I? What is happening to me? You've got your notices tab. What does it do? Yeah, all this shit, I have no fucking idea. I just don't vibe with letters anymore. And then you've got the quest roster. This list exhaustively contains all the shit you get to do. And you're in luck, because it's idiot friendly. Any quests that are going to progress the storyline are going to be near the top, and then all the other side quests and commissions that you have will be under that, I guess. Funny enough, one of the first quests you get to buy in this game is called The First Step. I don't know if we have any dung eaters in the house.
Stay, well, away.
But, all I'm gonna say is I'm disappointed, Miyazaki. You never struck me as a thief or a dirty, content-ripping piece of shit. That's a lie. When you click on a quest, it'll display the title, whether or not it's available, and in the top right it'll show you the rank of the quest, the fee it'll cost to buy it, and the number of days you have to complete it. Scrolling through the details tabs will show you the destination of the quest, the rewards you'll receive, the type of quest it is, and whether or not you can dispatch it. Dispatching quests is fucking lame. It's the DS's equivalent of those AFK gacha games that are just the most brain-dead bullshit I've ever seen. Unless you're playing this to make digital money on your Nintendo DS Lite, in which case dispatching is your best friend in the world. It's like running a fucking business. But I'm not here to run a business. Especially not in California. That shit's a fucking nightmare. Okay, so you buy your quest. You go find that shit on the map. You step onto the tile and you hear that beautiful fanfare. Okay, so now, after 10 minutes of my psychopathic ranting, we can finally get to the reason why this is probably my favorite game of all time. Gameplay in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 is fucking fantastic. In your clan, you have a roster of characters. These are called units. Each unit has its own race and class. There are 8 races and they are as follows: Hume, Banga, Numao, Moogle, Vieira, Sikh,
Gria, and Rivagaji. Fuck those guys. Humes are humans. Wonderfully creative. Banga are stout, dragonborn lizardkin that will just wreck your shit. Numau are adorable Eeyore people that are just sweet and lovely, and I love them. I want to cuddle one. Moogles are fucking Moogles. Viera are Amazonian women that are just eternally Playboy bunny furries. I fucking hate it. Seek are mentally stunted goblin men. The Gria are, we'll just take a wild fucking guess. Sid is a Revgaji. They're cool, they're nice and all, but they're cat people. I don't want it. Each race has its own substantial list of unique classes it can attain. Weapons, armor, and other equipable items have abilities intrinsic to them. There are 3 kinds of abilities. You've got actives, passives, and reactive abilities. And all of these abilities come from weaponry and items. For example, if you put a basic rod on a black mage, he will be able to use fire, thunder, and blizzard. If you put chainmail on a thief, it'll be able to use the reactive ability counter.
Oh, fuck.
If you remove these items, you remove the abilities as well. Over time, however, units will begin to master abilities that are equipped to them. If a unit masters any kind of ability, you can remove the item that has that ability on it and retain it to the unit. But see, now this is the interesting part. You can retain abilities across classes. Each unit has 4 slots for different kinds of abilities that it can retain. It has 2 for active abilities, 1 for its reactive abilities, and 1 for its passives. So as you level up units in different classes and master more abilities, you can mix and match what kind of abilities and niches you want that particular unit to fill. My personal favorite unit in the game is a Banga Dragoon Defender. These motherfuckers do not play. On the battlefield, you can deploy between 1 and 6 of these units, depending upon the mission. There's a turn order dependent on speed, and the battlefield... Well, the battlefield is like... Have you ever been playing chess? And you're just like... Man, this game board is smooth. It's flat. It's like a white girl. There's nalga seca. Let's get a fucking Z-axis on this bitch. Let's get some curves, some fucking vertices. Square Enix was like, say no more, my friend. Every map in this game is just attractive. These battlefields are made up of tiles. Each unit has movement speed, so basically a number of tiles that they can cover in a turn. You can take an action, so this would either be using an ability or attacking. Before you've taken an action or move, you can choose to wait, which is essentially skipping the turn of whatever unit you're on. Once your turn ends, no matter what you've chosen to do, you need to choose a direction for that unit to face. This is because of a very interesting mechanic that I adore about this game. Attacking a unit from the side does more damage than attacking it from the front, and attacking a unit from the back does more damage than attacking it from the side. This makes for extremely interesting positioning tactics and playing around impassable terrain. As far as battle goes, there's really not much more to say. That's your basics right there. There's a million ways to go about it. It's just a very multifaceted game. There are so many different ways to go about beating the fuck out of this game. I couldn't get into them all, so I'm just going to tell you my favorites. My favorite move in this game is a Dragoon exclusive move, and this ability is called Jump. A Dragoon can master the move Jump by holding a basic javelin. But even after mastered, a Dragoon cannot use the move Jump unless he has a weapon that qualifies as a spear or javelin. And this is because your Dragoon must use his javelin to pole vault himself into the fucking mesosphere. He then descends back into the battlefield, presumably at like Mach 5, directly upon whichever opponent or unit you targeted with his attack. It has a 50% chance to land. If you miss, it does nothing. If you hit, it turns the unit into a crater and a fine red mist. Nothing is more terrifying than a lizard man clad in armor looking at you from like 6 feet away, just leaping into the sky in a matter of like 3 seconds, breaking back through the atmosphere and landing on you at speeds unimaginable. I can't, it's too beautiful. I also love fire magic in this game. There's 3 stages of it. You have Fire, Fyra, and Firaga in classic Final Fantasy style. You hit something with fire, it's like a little flame spout, nothing special. You save up a little bit of mana and you hit something with Firaga, you just blow that shit off the face of the earth. Each mission you do is going to have an objective and a law. The objective is the win condition, and the law is very simply something you're not supposed to do. Laws can be anything from don't use fire magic to you can't use banga units in this mission. If you do break the law, though, it doesn't actually serve you an L right away.
You made it all. So that pretty sharp on the D. Right sharp on the D.
It very simply takes away 3 things. It will remove your law bonus at the end of the mission, which is an extra set of loot you get if you beat the mission while maintaining the law. It removes your ability to res fallen units with magic or otherwise. And it takes away your passive clan bonus, which is basically a bonus you choose out of a list of earned bonuses. I can't fucking speak. There are literally hundreds of missions and side quests that you can do in this game. There's so many challenges to face, and you're going to end up having to employ many different styles of play and strategies to get through it all. The rest of the story unfolds throughout quests like this. And I will tell you, as sophisticated and interesting as the gameplay is, the story will melt your heart a little bit. It's awesome and just stellar. I don't want to spoil too much for you guys, but a few of my favorite characters include Adele, who, while she may look like a cat, is definitely a young girl, and R34 will always treat her as such.
Superior.
What even are we? What are we talking about?
Oh, you know.
Breeding, Will.
Yes, it's pretty
Really?
fucking poggies. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Is your brain's a little retarded.
Just
Hello, I'm here. You guys wanna see it? Hold on. Look at this shit. Look at my stream. Hello, I'm here. Cat girl.
Oh, finally, you're loading in.
Her bow is actually her ears.
That's pretty wacky.
Ah, welcome.
Oh, that's you.
Walking into old man's house. You seem much more at ease, my child. That's not comforting.
I don't like anything
They
about
teach-
this.
They teach mind reading in wizard schools. Yes. You're right, though. Oh, she's coming on to him. I've decided to accept that I'm, well, one of the gifted. See how it fits me. Oh, she's fucking delusional. I approve. The old man fucking playing into the young woman's delusions.
Very.
The classic trope.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna set you on fire.
I love this game, dude. It's so fucking aesthetic. Look at how pretty it is. Listen to the music.
That's cute. Cute game. She looks like she's wearing a diaper.
You can't see her body.
Are you retarded? It's right there in the middle of the screen.
Her sprite. I don't think it looks like she's wearing a diaper.
Yeah, it does. Definitely.
She's got a
She's got a little
tail.
diaper on there. She's got a little diaper on. She's got a little diaper on.
She's in the corner of
She's
the...
gonna go poo-poo in her pants.
She's in the designated diaper fetish corner at the gay bar.
Yo, mama.
True. Are women just allowed into gay bars now? Is that like how it
No.
works? 'Cause no.
According to a study, 40% of Gen Zers identifies LGBTQ+. 40%.
We-
Then there is nihilistic goth mommy and extremely overpowered idealistic cottagecore mommy. If you feel like you can't choose between the two, don't worry. You can't have either. Please, go outside. Enjoy what I can't. By far, my favorite scene in this game is when Sid, your magical high fantasy father figure, is accosted by a criminal and gets shot and almost fucking dies. Seriously, this guy walks up to Sid on the street at night and he's just like, "This isn't Dungeons and Dragons, bitch. This is Detroit." And you're just left on a mini cliffhanger like, holy shit. Sid just died like a third of the way into this game. The next time you see him, he's on like a hospital bed. And the final thing to note about this game, if you can't tell already, is its soundtrack. The OST is just so good. Every track is just a different experience, and they're all so fantastic. It's in such a nice style. It's so... On top of it all, if you play these games and you still want more, there's actually tons of mods out there to increase the experience. I just thought that was kind of crazy when I found it out, because these are all games for like PlayStation 1 and PSP and DS. If you actually do play this game and you actually do visit a Final Fantasy Tactics forum to get these mods, don't you dare do it in my name or I will get DDoSed. I'll include a link below to Nintendo DS emulator so that you can play this particular game. Of course, you'll still need to legally purchase the ROM. To do so, we're going to need some code language for this one. You know that chemical reaction? It's called combustion. You know those things that cause a lot of combustion? Let's call them apples. What I need you to do is go to the Nintendo HQ in Kyoto, Japan. Make sure you bring some very high charge apples. Walk up to the main desk. Show the nice lady behind the counter your delicious red apples. Strike a deal. In exchange for a flash drive with a DRM free copy of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 Grimoire of the Rift, you will give her a code which will prevent these apples from spoiling. Yes, that's right, a code that will stop the apples from spoiling in exactly 3 minutes and 26 seconds. I sincerely hope this YouTube content was worthy of your dinner or lunch. If you really like this video, drop a like or a subscribe or neither or whatever. I don't give a shit. Me and my buddy Seto Mary are working on some new stuff, so stay tuned for that. We're working real hard. He does a lot of Overwatch content, so if you're into that, go check him out. If you really like me, you can even give me money on Patreon. Don't worry, I promise I won't do anything nefarious with it, like drilling wells in Africa.